Hey, hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this Python beginner tutorial series, today let's discuss about what are Python tuples. Okay, this is part 1 of the Python tutorial, Python tuples video, where we will have a quick introduction about what are tuples and how to create tuples and how to access tuples. Okay, to start with tuples, okay, tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Tuple is one of the four built-in data types in Python, which is used to store collections of data. The other three are list, set, and dictionary, all with different qualities and usage. A tuple is a collection which is ordered, unchangeable, and allows duplicate values. It is generally written within round brackets. Okay, few people call it as parenthesis as well. So if you look at the second line, we call tuple is a collection which is ordered, unchangeable, and allows duplicate values. So when we say ordered, you do not get confused with sorted order. When we say that tuples are ordered, it means that the items have a defined order and that order will not change. When we say unchangeable, meaning that we cannot change, add or remove items after the tuple has been created. In other words, we call it as immutable. And tuple is a data type which will allow duplicate values too. Okay, so this is all about definition of tuples. And next we'll see how to find the length of tuples. Okay, before going to length of tuple, first let's create a sample tuple and print it. So let me create tuple 1 equal to, the values will be 1. Let me put just sample values like 1, 2 and 3. Now let me print it. Print tuple 1. If I run this, now the tuple values are printed. 1, 2 and 3 are printed. If I want to find the actual, if I want to find if the value that I printed is actually a tuple or not, then I can use the type operation. And if I pass the tuple 1, you can easily find the actual value that is printed is tuple or not. Okay, it is class tuple. Right, so now we will see how to find the length of the given tuple. So this is something, if you have used Python, you would have used this operation or method very widely. We have seen this with list as well. All you need to do is to just pass on the length method to find the actual length of the tuple. So now if I pass this, it actually throwed me value 3. So this is how you can easily find the length of the tuple. In case if I want to add more items also, right, now the length will be 4. Okay, so this is how you can use length method to find the length of the tuple. And then is another interesting concept called how to create a tuple with one item. Okay, so one important thing to note here is, in case if you are put into a situation where you have to create a item with only a tuple with only one item, in that case, let me first run and show you this. So now what you think is, you think that you have created a tuple with one item, but when you print the type of the tuple, it is actually not a tuple, it is actually a string. Okay, so this will be something interesting and surprising. So one thing you need to always remember is, when you have to create a tuple with single item, you have to use a comma with it. You have to basically append a comma. Now if I run this, now it is called as tuple. Right, so this is something very interesting, and most programmers commonly make mistakes with it. They think that they've actually created a tuple with single item, but actually not. It will be remaining as a string. So if you have to convert that into a tuple, you have to actually append a comma to it. Okay, this is how you can create a tuple with one item. And another thing, what I wanted to show you is, like, I put this slide just to show you that tuple will accept any type of values. It will allow integers, it will allow strings, it will allow boolean. All kind of data will be allowed into tuples. That is something I just wanted to let you know, guys. So I have added a slide for that. And coming to the next topic, how do you access tuple items? Okay, so if you have followed my list video, this is something very similar to that. Like there's a concept called indexing and negative indexing in Python, through which you can iterate through the through which you can identify a particular tuple item from the list provided. All right, so now if I go back to my PyCharm, let me put my values again. Let me put values 2, 3. Now if I want to tuple 1 of 1, for example, if I want to find the particular element present in certain index, then I can use this indexing operation of, you can provide the index values, like index starts from 0, the first value index will be 0, 1 and 2. So if I am printing the index value 1, the value 2 will be printed. You see, so this is how you can use indexing. Similarly, there's another concept called negative indexing, which is very specific to Python. So when we say negative indexing, it means iterating through the elements from the back, like from the reverse order. So here this will be -1, this will be -2, and this will be -3. Basically, the last end item will be the -1. So, and before that will be -2, and following values will be incremented. So basically what I mean is, negative indexing means traversing through the list or tuple in a reverse order. Okay, that is what we call as negative indexing. Now I've used -1 as my negative indexing. It printed me the value 3. Okay, so this is how you can access tuple using indexing and negative indexing. And next, coming to the last section, there's a concept called range of indexes. Okay, this is something very interesting and will be very handy when you come to real-time implementation. Okay, so when we say range of indexes, what it means is, you can actually specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. Okay, when specifying a range, the return value will be a new tuple with the specified items. Okay, so let me explain all these 4 examples one by one. Say you have values 1, 2, 3. Just for this particular example, I'm adding couple of more values as well, 4 and 5. Now I am giving you the index, say like 1 is to 3. So what it will do is, it will print the value starting from first index, and it will exclude the value 3. The 4 will be excluded, so it will not get included. That is something important to note. So the values 2 and 3 got printed. Okay, this is how you can use a start and end range to identify, to access the elements within a tuple. There's coming to the next syntax, like I've given colon 3, let me give colon 2. What it means is, it will start from the beginning of the tuple and will end at a range less than 1. So here the range will be, if the index value is 2, it means it will start printing from the first and it will end at index -1. Basically this is our second index, so it printed me values 1 and 2. And next is just the reverse operation of it. If I use 2 colon, it means, colon means it started from the first and ended at a range. 2 colon, I mean the value, index value preceded by colon means, index value suffixed by colon means it will go up to the end from the index. So here the value, the index range 2 will be this value 3. So it will print all the values like after that 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, this is how you can use column suffixed by the index value. Okay, and finally we have something called negative indexing range. Okay, so here if you want to print values with indexing, negative indexing, like -3 to -1. Okay, so we already learnt about what negative indexing, right? So it will start traversing the element from the reverse order. So the last one will be the -1th index, this will be -2, this will be -3, this will be -4, this will be -5, and the actual value starts from, so the -3 index is the value, actual value, actual string 3. So this will be printed, and the value 4 will also be printed. And one important thing to notice, the last value will be excluded, like the actual index value -1 will be excluded. Okay, so this is how you can use various range of indexes to actually access tuple items. Okay, I hope you understood this very introductory part of Python tuple videos. In case if you have any queries, please post it in the comment section. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.